has their old bridal bouquet? Who has, the first roses that whoever gave them to you, whatever. Dried flowers, dried plants, things that were alive and aren't anymore. Let's listen to them. I call them crispy crunchies. Now, if you live and you've got 10,000, living plants and 8,000 dried things, you might be, teetering on the scale towards living. But if you have a lot of dried things, especially where you spend a lot of time, I usually say the sex life is as good as the dried wreath above the bed. It's just not supple, alive, vibrant, crispy, crunchy, just dried up. If you have anything like my job is dried up, my work has dried up, my love life has dried up, anything like that, and you have these types of things in your house, little sprigs of pampas grass over there, little sprigs of, I don't know, pussy willows, I don't know, whatever. So we're looking to catch these dead things and evict them from the house if you're having trouble with that conversation, that complaint about something has dried up, like your job or love life, etc. So think about that and think about how to balance that. I'm always looking at the Goldilocks thing. Not to this, not to that, but just right for you. Some people might be able to take the hit. Maybe they've got other things counterbalancing it. And maybe it's you that can't. So don't think of it, Feng Shui, as like a always yes, always no thing, but think of it as always yes for you, considering what you've got going on in your life. Now, here comes a big one. When it comes to dead stuff, next I'm going to throw in the pet and people ashes. Don't turn off the video yet. I know you pet owners. Oh, believe me, I've talked people out of people's ashes quicker than I have talked people out of pet ashes. Once again, if you have more living stuff than dead stuff, perhaps you can get away with it. If not, I would consider releasing it out of the sphere of influence on you. What's closest to you has the most impact on you when it comes to the Feng Shui of your life. So think about it. Think about how life is occurring for you. See if you can make a connection between dried up, gone, dust blowing in the wind, whatever, it's a goner, I don't know, whatever words you're choosing to complain, and see if there is sort of a dead reference in it. And then you'll know that these things are affecting you in particular. So I will take a silk flower or silk plant. These things are getting in my lungs. Even the dust of them. So I would even take silk flowers over dried flowers because they're symbols of living things where these were truly living things and now they aren't. So we want the symbols, like in the art, etc., but we don't want the real thing. Now, there is a little cure if somebody is just like, I have to keep Fido in the box, I don't know. I can't move forward, What is that even saying about your life if you can't move forward? So ring it in red. That's the traditional Feng Shui cure, using the color red to stop energy. If you ring something all the way around, then whatever's inside, your energy is not getting into it, and that energy is not getting out into your energy. So ring, I don't know, gun safes, kitty litter boxes, trash cans, dried things if you have to have them, pet ashes, people ashes if you don't release them. That's a kind of a makeshift cure, but my take would be to get it out of your space. You only have so much square footage that you're in charge of on Earth, so why not make it a growing, blooming, and thriving environment versus a wilted, depleting, and dying or dead environment? Hope that makes sense. That is why one of the 9 traditional cures is called living objects, countering the dead. So if you look at the front of the first chapter in Move Your Stuff, Change Your Life, it talks about the 9 traditional cures. One of them is living objects. So one of them is light to counterbalance the dark. One of them is weighted objects to counterbalance the too moving. The other one is a moving object if you're too still. These are all the items that we can add to a space to change its energy so that it occurs, so life occurs for you in a more resourceful way. Make sense? So if you're not getting a move on it in life, add a moving object. If you're too dried up, your sex life is dried up, your whatever, try getting rid of the dried up stuff, okay? So think about the Goldilocks, not to this, not to that, just right in the area of living and dead items. That's your Feng Shui tip for the day. Feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you found in your house, and if you know anything about the Bagua, where it is in your house and how it comically relates to that area. For example, if you have the dried up stuff in the back right hand part of your house, that is the love life that's dried up. If you have this crispy crunchies in the back left, that's about your money has dried up. So, and maybe if it's in the front of the house, center front, your career and your job has dried up. So think about where it is if you know about the Feng Shui Bagua, and put that comment below. I'd love to hear about that as well. So what can you do to make a shift for the better in your life now? No need to buy anything, just move stuff or move it out for the betterment of your future. All right, hope that helps.